All right. Let's get this right. Okay, so I want to start off by telling you a little story, boys and girls. So check this out. So there's this young girl and she wants to grow a garden. She wants to grow a garden because she wants to make a contribution to the family. Her father is her father is a farmer, and what he does, his important part of what he does for the village is he harvests the crops every single year that are necessary for the village to thrive, not just survive, but to thrive on a very high level. So what do children do? Children duplicate oftentimes what their parents do. So this girl, she's watching her dad her whole life, watching him be a farmer. He's going out in the fields, he's doing things, but he doesn't know exactly, she doesn't know what her dad's doing out there. She just knows that daddy goes out, daddy goes to harvest or go out to farm, whatever farmers do. And she knows that everybody's happy when at a certain time of year, and they love her dad and they love her family, and she knows that her dad is doing a big service for the community. So as she starts to get a little older, still very young, but impressionable, she decides that she wants to become a farmer, or at least do a little bit of what daddy does. So she says, Dad, I want to plant my first, I want to sow my first seeds. Okay? She wants to go out and be what dad does. She wants to plant some seeds and hopefully get something to grow out there, because that's what she's seen her whole life. So why wouldn't she want to do it? She got to see how happy everybody was. She got to see the reward. She didn't know the full process though. She just saw daddy go out there, do something, everything, time passed. Next thing you know, bam, there's a harvest there. Everybody's happy. So her dad says, okay, let's go out there. I'm going to walk you through the process. He helps her cultivate this little area, like a little personal garden for her. And she's excited, man. She's like, oh my gosh, I got my garden. I'm so excited. And but they're out there doing the work first. Out there getting all this dirt together and, getting the ground together. And she's just like, oh my gosh, this is taking forever. I can't believe we got to go out here and why are we messing with the dirt? It's just dirt, Dad. We could just plant seeds in here. It's just dirt. Her dad's like, no, it's not just dirt. We got to take care of the dirt first. We got to take care of the soil. We have to take care of the foundation because this is the foundation. And she's like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So the first day they go out there, they're taking care of the soil, doing a lot of work, like digging things up, getting the rocks out, getting anything out of the soil that would prevent the harvest from coming from the planted seeds. Otherwise, the planted seeds were a waste. She didn't understand that. They had to get up early in the morning too, like earlier than everybody else. He went to go wake her up and, she's like, oh my God, oh my God. All this stuff's going on. So the next day he does it again. He goes and wakes her up and she's up at the crack of dawn. And she goes, well, we did that yesterday. He goes, I know, but you know what I'm saying? It's not done. We still have work to do, but we have a lot of preparation before we can actually plant the seeds, before we can either put the seeds in the ground. They go out there a second day. They're out there all day. She couldn't play with her friends. She couldn't play with her dolls. She couldn't do none of that stuff. They even missed a meal. They were down there from sundown to sunup to sundown. After sun went down, they went back. And while they were sitting at dinner, he's in a good mood. He's happy. He's like, man, this is going to be amazing. Can you believe what we're doing together? He was proud father. I'm so happy that me and my daughter, we get to plant, we get to sow these seeds together. And she's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I asked for this. This is completely turning into a horrible experience. I thought I wanted to be a farmer like my dad. I thought I wanted to sow some seeds, and everybody's gonna be happy with what I've sown, what I've grown, what I've harvested. So the third day he wakes her up again early in the morning. She's like, I cannot believe we're out here early this morning doing this again. He's like, guess what? Today's the day that we get to sow the seeds. We're gonna plant the seeds in the ground. And she's like, finally, oh my gosh, I thought we had to go out and cultivate more dirt, go do more work outside, have the plows out there, doing all this work, throwing the rocks out, getting rid of the bad nutrients, getting rid of everything that wasn't supposed to be out there. She was just over it already. But he said we get to plant some seeds today, otherwise sow some seeds so we can have a harvest. Oh, she's fired up. They go out there early in the morning, and this time he didn't bother her because that's what she wanted to do the whole time. Listen, Dad, I just want to be like you. So she goes out there and they start putting the seeds in. And she's thinking they're just going to throw the seeds out there. He's like, no, we can't throw them out there. You know, we have to make sure they sit in a specific part of the soil. We got to make sure that they sit at a certain depth in the dirt. We can't just throw them on top and hope. She goes, but I just want to plant one. Let's plant no one. He goes, no, we can't just plant one. You know, you have your little garden here. We're going to plant more than one. And she's like, I can't believe that we have to sow more than one seed. I can't believe we can go out here and just sow one seed like so many people, you know, with their dreams, with their ambition, with the things that they want for their life. They just put one thing out there. They just put one seed. They start a business. Oh, I got one customer. I'm good. Just let the good times roll. My doors are open. I open the doors. They said they want to lose weight. They bought the outfit. They bought the clothes, got the membership, never went to the gym. They said they want to learn how to cook, bought a couple pots, bought a couple pans, bought some seasoning, bought some sauces, never bought no food. What? No food? How are you going to eat? You said you want to change your life, but you didn't want to put in the time. You said you wanted to grow, you wanted to elevate, you wanted to do personal development, you wanted to increase as a person. You didn't put in the time. Why? Because you're too busy. Your day is too hectic. I can't do this. I can't do that. Oh my gosh, my day is so crazy. How am I ever going to have time to work on myself when, you know, as soon as I wake up, my day just starts. I got all these things to do. I have all these responsibilities. I have my household, and then I got to go to work. When I get home, when I get done with work, I'm tired. I don't feel like dealing with anybody. I don't feel like doing nothing. How can I put time into my dream? How can I put time into my goals? But I don't have time. Time is not ours. Time is not owned. Time was created. So time is something we have to make. You got to make time. That's what him and his daughter were doing. So they were out there and someone putting the seeds in the ground a certain way, and they put way more seeds than she wanted to. That took a whole nother day. She's just like living. They're sitting at the dinner table that night eating. The wife's like, hey, talking to her husband, hey, honey, how was today? He's like, man, it was great. Today was the best day of my life. It's even better than it was before because me and my daughter, I was out there with my daughter. I'm teaching her my craft. I'm teaching her how to sow seeds. I'm teaching her how to provide. I'm teaching her patience. She is learning a skill set that's going to be with her forever. And you know what skills are? Skills are something that once you acquire, they can never be taken. Like riding a bike. Anybody ever rode a bike before? You can never unlearn riding a bike. But riding a bike is not something you can explain. It's something you have to teach, something you have to learn by actually doing it. Just like the daughter did with her dad. So they put the seeds in and, you know, they're at the dinner table and the daughter's just sitting here like, she's just so agitated. She doesn't even want to talk about everything that happened because she only wanted to put one seed in. Just like everybody who wants to do something great. The first day, everybody's excited. When it's time to sign up, everybody's excited. But when it's time to do the work, what happens? Oh man, not the work. Anything but the work. Please, anything but the work. Anything but the work. And then what happens when the work happens? Everybody softens up. Everybody starts to not believe in what they said they wanted for themselves. Everybody starts to listen to what other people are saying. They start to buy in to the people who said, well, maybe you shouldn't do this or you can't do that, or maybe you shouldn't go there, or maybe it's too tough. Why don't you just come hang out with us? Why are you putting all that time in? Why do you want to get better? What about the way that we used to be? The way we used to be was fine. Why can't we just do that? We were comfortable. We were perfect. Hey, listen, man, I'm not changing. I don't know why you want to change. Why would you want more for yourself? The way you are is just fine. We all like you just the way you are because you're like us. There's so many people who are like everybody else. So many people that are not ambitious, that are not dreamers, that don't wake up every single day with a goal, with a focus, or recalibrating or resetting those goals. So many people that are like that. But guess what? There are a few that are. And for the few that are, you're an individual. You have to be that way. You're wired that way. There's nothing wrong with you. Guess what? You weren't born to fill in, you're born to stand out. So the daughter is just, she's livid. I can't believe we've been out here for 3 days, still no plants, still no harvest. I can't believe this, my dad. I can't believe you do this for a living, Dad. See, because she didn't understand the process. So anyways, the next day she goes outside. He wakes her up early in the morning. She's like, oh man, I'm ready to go see the harvest. I'm ready to go see what we've grown. She goes out there on the fourth day, I mean, nothing. Absolutely nothing out there. She's like, Dad, this is our 4th day out here. Where's the harvest? We've been working at this for 4 days. We got the dirt ready, which I didn't want to do. It took us 2 days. We had to work harder than I wanted to. We had way more space ready than we needed. I wanted just to plant one seed. I wanted to plant one tree, and you wanted to plant all these trees. And now we come out here on the 4th day and there's nothing here? Wow. Dad, I'm starting to question what you decided to do for a living. I'm starting to question why you dream so big, why you're so happy, why everybody loves you, why is everybody so happy? Why are all of our relatives, why are all the children, and why is your picture over the fireplace? Why everybody talks about the sacrifices that you made so many years ago? I can't believe we sit down for holidays. It makes no sense to me why everybody's talking about, if it wasn't for you, if it wasn't for Dad, none of this would be possible. None of this stuff would have changed. Everybody would have been still doing the same thing. Everybody would have still been doing exactly what our family has been doing from the beginning of time. So guess what? Those generational curses, those traditions, those habits, those are all inherited. So what are you leaving for an inheritance? Well, her dad was leaving her something she didn't know. She was like, I don't even forget that. All this work that's involved with getting this stuff ready. Listen, Dad, I understand what you've done and I love it, but when it's all said and done, I'm excited that you did this and I'll take my inheritance gladly. But man, I don't want to be a farmer anymore. I could never do this. And he's like, okay, daughter, well, thank you for participating with me. Thank you for getting started. Thank you for at least spending some time with me. I'm so gracious. I love you so much. She forgets about it. Not Dad. He's out there tending to the garden along with the fields that flourish the harvest for the entire village. He's out there working and tending to the garden the same way he does the fields. And once in a while when she was playing outside with her dolls and her friends, she would see him. Man, I don't know why he's still out there. There's nothing growing. Time goes by. And you know, as life happens, as seasons change, right? So what type of season are you in, and are you ready for your season to change? And your season can't change unless you sow the right seeds. I hope this is making sense to you. Anyways, time goes on. She just forgets about it completely. Dad's doing what he's always done. One day, she's playing with her friends out, and one of her friends says, oh my gosh, would you look at this garden? And she says, what garden? Daughter looks over. Those seeds that her and her dad had sown had turned into a magnificent garden. Flowers that were so amazing, illustrious, so beautiful. No one had ever, in the entire village, had ever seen flowers like this. They were so grateful. Everybody in the village kept coming over to buy the flowers, to purchase the flowers. They were celebrating life. They were celebrating death, unfortunately, but in style. They were celebrating weddings. They were celebrating children being born. They were celebrating religious holidays. They were celebrating Christmas. They were celebrating everything with these flowers. And everyone from the village was paying for these flowers. And they couldn't believe that flowers came from right here, because where did they come from? And the daughter sat back in astonishment. And she learned a lot. She learned what her father had been doing all those years. She learned so many valuable lessons. She even learned by quitting. She learned a valuable lesson by not finishing what she started. So what I want you to know is that you may not finish your process, but someone else might. And then they get to reap the reward. They get the benefit of it. They get to have the success. They get to have the life. They get to live the commitment. They get to be fulfilled. So no matter what it is, if you want to go to school, finish. If you have a musician, you have a musical talent, go make the song. If you're a writer, write the song. If you have unfinished business with a family member, with a friend, you have a business idea, anything, no matter what it is. Number one, you got to finish what you start. Number two, you got to make sure the soil is ready. So don't be afraid to get out there and do some work. Get in there and get some elbow grease in there. Don't be afraid. Also, remember the big picture. Remember the big picture. Because in our lifetime, no matter how we look at it, we are all sowing seeds. We are all cultivating the soil. We are all preparing for something. You can have a good harvest or you can have a bad harvest. It is completely up to you. So my question to you is, are you cultivating the ground that you stand on? Are you cultivating the earth? Are you preparing for what you want? Do you have the right seeds? Are you watering it? Do you check the temperature? Do you know what time is the right season? I hope somebody got something out of this. Listen, I put this information out there for you, and you didn't have to do it. You didn't have to figure it out. You didn't have to prepare the message. You didn't have to set all this up. But this message may be impactful to you. It may resonate with you. You may have got something from this. You may have opened a compartment in your mind that has been closed for a very long time. You may have, this may have triggered something to let you realize what season you are in your life and what season's coming. So, sow the right seeds. Share this with somebody. Go to my YouTube channel, like, subscribe, share. I keep telling you guys, you didn't have to give this message, but listen, go to my YouTube channel, subscribe to me, like all my videos, share it, because I'm pouring this information. And guess what? I keep getting messages of people that this stuff affects, that this stuff impacts. Man, making such a difference for so many people. I'm so grateful to be able to add value. I'm so grateful to be able to give back. Thank you so much. That's my time. Mr. Vermillion Serve. I'm out of here.